Hey you guys, it's me, Datisha, and you are now tuned into the Chronicles. And in today's video, since May is Mental Health Awareness Month, I just wanted to go over some of the reasons on why I believe mental health is important and to give you some self-care tips to try when you just are in need of a mental health day. Stay tuned. As I already said, you are now tuned into my channel, The Chronicles with Datisha, which is me. Since we are in the month of May, and I am a mental health advocate, and your mental health is just as important as your physical health, why not do a video dedicated to mental health awareness? And I also wanted to give you guys some self-care tips that I've actually tried when I'm just in need of a mental health day. And I think a lot of you guys will enjoy it as well. After the video, if you would like to share some of your self-care tips that you use when you're just in need of a mental health day, please comment, because the audience would like to know. And I would like to have some in my notebook as well to pull from when I'm just in need of one of those days. So my first reason on why your mental health is important, if you're like me, you may suffer with a chronic illness, you may not, but regardless of if you do or if you don't, you are most so focusing on your physical and not your mental. And this is, like I was saying before, your mental is just as important as your physical health. So you have to be able to balance out the both of them. So when you feel like you're being overwhelmed, you're irritated, and you're sad, you need a mental health day. You need to take some time to yourself to get yourself back right and to be able to take on the world like you will, like you always have. So my second reason on why your mental health is important is because you put the okay face on when you're really not okay. When your mind is screaming to express its emotions, you're just telling everybody it's okay when you know you got some things bothering you and you know you want to get them out. I can honestly say that I do this because I honestly do not want to feel like I'm being a burden to anybody. And, you know, it's not okay because I should be able to have a trusted friend that I can tell these emotions to. And I advise you guys to also find a trusted friend or seek a therapist and actually talk to somebody about your emotions, because you don't want to, you know, have your emotions bottled up and they're just bottling up, and then all of a sudden you explode. And when you explode, you really explode. So, you know, it's okay to not be okay. Like, we live in a world to where we think, okay, it's okay to, you know, just be okay and to not express yourself. Like, no, if you're not okay, you're not okay. And it is okay to not be okay. Believe me. Like, it done took me some time, but it's okay to not be okay. So for my third reason on why your mental health is important is because if you're like me, you suffer with negative thoughts. And negative thoughts can lead to negative talk. And if you are constantly talking negative and you're letting your negative thoughts affect you, you become a very negative person. And people don't like to be around negative people. So you have to be able to channel your negative thoughts with positive ones. So a good activity to do whenever you have a negative thought that comes into your mind, think of 3 positive things to overcome that negative thought. And eventually, you know, all those negative thoughts that come across your mind, they fade away because you're conquering them with positivity and with positive. So when you start doing this activity, you will be more positive. You will be thinking more positively. You'll be acting more positive. You'll be talking more positive. It can really take a really great turn for your mood because you're not always thinking of negatives. You're not thinking of, you know, what if this or this gonna go bad, that. It's just you're now thinking more positively. You're thinking of, you know, turning all your negatives into positives. And when you do that, it can really, you know, do amazing things for your mental health. Fourth reason on why your mental health is important is because life is tough and it can be very overwhelming. And you can become very overwhelmed and it can have a great effect on you. So you just have to be able to actually take some time to yourself and to understand that everything is going to work out. So it's okay to actually take some time to yourself to actually sort through all the stressors of life. You need that time. And it's very important for your mental health to get that time. 5, most importantly, it is a part of self-care. Self-care is so important, and for you to take care of your mind goes along with you taking care of yourself. So yeah, it is a part of self-care. It's a major part of self-care. Never forget. So you guys, since I already went over why your mental health is important, now I'm going to move on to some self-care tips that you guys can try, that I have tried, to give yourself some headspace, to give yourself that mental health day that your mind has been begging for, and that are fun to do and are very relaxing. So for my first self-care tip is journaling. I love journaling. Journaling is the best thing you can do to get all those emotions, those thoughts, anything that is going on paper, out of your mind. It is like the best thing to do. If you're having problems on what to write about, you can always start with your day. You can do a brain dump. You can write about anything that you want to write about. It does not matter. Like, my go-to is writing about my day, things that I'm grateful for, and my also go-to to write about is, not even to write about, but my also go-to thing to do is a brain dump. Like, I write down anything and everything that's on my mind. Like, no matter if it's big, small, tiniest of tiniest things, it's getting written out on paper. So that way it's out my mind, and I don't really have to keep thinking about it or worry about it anymore, because it's out on paper, and it gives me time to actually free up that space in my mind to actually focus on other things. So yeah, journaling, best thing to do is to get yourself a journal. My second self-care tip for your mental health is going to a trusted friend, family member, or seeking a therapist if you do not want to talk to any one of these individuals. It is always good to have somebody who you can just come to and talk about your feelings and emotions with, whether it be over the smallest of things or whether it be over the biggest of things. It's always good to have that one person that you can call up, no matter the time of day, no matter what's going on. They're able to answer the phone, or they can get right back to you, and you can tell them everything that's going on. They give you great advice. Like, they're that shoulder that you could cry on. Like, having a trusted person that you can go to when you are having like a bad day, or just when your mind is all over the place, it's a great thing to do, and it's really good for yourself. Third self-care tip: find you a relaxing hobby that just lets your mind does whatever it wants to do. It just lets it flow. You see it flow. And a couple of activities or hobbies that you can do that are very relaxing. My number one is coloring. Like, I love to color. Adult coloring books are my best friend. I got like a lot. Like, y'all, I have a lot, and I plan to get more. So coloring is my most definitely go-to relaxing hobby to do. Coloring may not be it for you. Walking, exercising, like, it's a number of activities that you can do that can actually just get your mind off of anything that is worrying you about, that relaxing hobby for you. So make sure that you find what works for you when it comes to you wanting to relax or just let your mind flow. My fourth and final tip for self-care is meditation. Meditation is very, 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 very relaxing. And it is not easy at first. Like, I done had to do it time after time. Like, it is not easy, but it does take practice, and once you actually get into the swing of it, it can be very humbling and relaxing. So definitely try meditation. If you need help with meditation, make sure that you look on YouTube. YouTube is a great source to find, meditation practices and techniques that may work for you. If you don't find what you're looking for, you can always find it in an app. Like, it's plenty of apps in the App Store that help you to meditate. Alright, y'all, so that's it for this video. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and comment some other self-care tips that you may have tried or that you do now that you wouldn't mind sharing with the rest of us. And make sure that you comment some other reasons on why mental health is important. Bye.